In this tutorial, we will walk you through the step-by-step process of how to calculate your N number for the ANCC PTAP application form using our N calculator tool. This tutorial is for single-site programs only. If you are a multi-site program, please review the N calculator tool tutorial for our multi-site programs. The first tab of the N calculator tool, located on the bottom, is the Instructions tab. This is where you will see the instructions and an example on how to fill out the tool appropriately to receive your N number, which is the total number of learners from the eligible site and practice setting or settings that have participated in the program the 12 months preceding the application submission due date. There are 4 steps, as you can see on this slide. The first step is to determine the 12-month time frame preceding your desired application submission date, as indicated on the ANCC PTAP website. An example, if your application submission date is September 30th, 2024, your 12-month time frame for your N would be September 30th, 2023 to September 30th, 2024. You will then list out the units within your program that align with the appropriate ANCC PTAP practice settings under column B, which we will show you on the next slide. Following that, you will identify the cohorts that were active during your 12-month time frame, followed by their start date and date of completion. Under each cohort, you will indicate the number of learners that have participated in the residency or fellowship program in each applicable practice setting. Please note that this includes learners who have completed the program, just started the program, or were participating in the program during the 12-month time frame, regardless of their current status in the organization. Once you have completed that, this will prompt an auto calculation in the total number of learners per practice setting column, which is column G. The total number of learners from all cohorts will auto calculate at the bottom right of the table. Copy this total over to the number of learners for survey in section 2, eligibility verification, on the ANCC PTAP application document. This is your N. As previously stated, below the instructions will be a pre-filled example of a single-site program filling out their number of learners per cohort and per applicable practice setting. They have chosen the application submission date of September 30th, 2024, which makes their 12-month time frame September 30th, 2023 to September 30th, 2024. The first column lists the ANCC PTAP practice settings. The second column is to be filled out by the organization. You tell us what units at your site is associated with the applicable ANCC PTAP practice settings. For instance, under the medical surgical practice setting, this site has listed 4 East and Tele as their 2 units associated with this. The next columns are your cohorts. Please indicate the cohort name, their start date, and the end date on the top. You will then go through each cohort and tell us how many of your learners have participated in the program during the appropriate time frame for each of those applicable practice settings. As you start to fill out these numbers, on the last column you'll see the total number of learners per practice setting will auto-calculate, and then on the bottom right will be your total number of learners. This is your N, which you will indicate on the ANCC PTAP application. So let's review. Let's say that I'm going to apply for the May 2025 cycle. Looking at our ANCC PTAP website, I noted that the application submission date is January 13th, 2025, so I pre-filled that out here. My 12-month time frame will be January 13th, 2024 to January 13th, 2025. I will then utilize that as my starting point to indicate the cohorts that have participated in that time frame. So I have my ANCC PTAP practice settings here on the left, and I'm going to pre-fill the units that are associated, that have participated. And I know that I've had medical surgical, so that's going to be 4 East. My step down unit is just called step down, so I'm just going to label it there. Labor and delivery, we have L&D. My peds is 2 West. And I have had learners in our psychiatric practice setting, which we call behavioral health.
I then went ahead and I indicated our cohorts that have participated. For my program, we've had 3 cohorts that fit that time frame. So I'm just going to go through in each, and I am going to look and see how many learners I've had during that time frame. So, and then you're just going to fill it out. So I'm just going to fill this out here. This cohort did not have any. I had 3 over here and 1 person here. And I'm a rather small site, so you'll see me use small numbers. Okay, so as I said before, I've only had 3 cohorts. You'll see that we have it filled out occasionally if you have a 4th cohort. As I started filling those out, under the total number of learners per practice setting column, column G, this was auto-calculating, so it shows how much I've had per practice setting if you needed to know that. And all the way on the bottom here, total number of learners from all cohorts per practice settings is 54. So my N would be 54.
Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, please contact us anytime at practicetransition@ana.org.